Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everything is going well in your world and you're having a great week. Still gray here again today, which has got me thinking that, I was joking a while back that of course we don't use vitamin D supplementation down here, but I don't know, rainy season I might just have to get myself something because, okay, we're not getting a ton of rain. It's not like we're having monsoon season, but usually by mid-morning it's somewhat overcast. It's overcast enough not to get sun, but anyhow, gonna have to think about that. I'm getting pale and not getting very much vitamin D these days. Anyhow, the subject today is Beyonce and veganism. No, I'm just joking. I was chatting with a friend on Facebook just a few minutes ago and trying to lay odds, like how many vegans today are going to have to pull out the Beyonce thing. But it is YouTube Marketing 101. They tell you to take a trending issue that relates to the subject and tie it in to get maximum amount of views. But anyhow, good for her if she's doing it. I'm not really into the whole popular scene. But anyhow, the talk today is losing weight, gaining weight on a high carb vegan lifestyle. It's probably one of the most talked about subjects out there, and actually one of the most that goes back and forth and everybody's got an opinion about it is, what about the calories? You know, counting the calories. How many calories do you need to take in? Is this too much? Is this not enough? Do calories even matter? Because now for me, like I say, just my opinion on this one, I kind of look at it, it's like a mix. I don't look at things like I used to. I used to be like everybody else and just think it was straight up, calories in, calories out. That's what it is. It's the more that I do this raw vegan thing, I think the less that I really understand exactly why everything happens as it does in the body. Because I just think about it all the time that I'm not really sure. Like, calories do count. Calories do count. I'm not, as you know, I'm not one of those. Okay, but let me organize what I'm trying to say here. What I'm basically trying to say here is, for me, I've used this word before, it's a very fluid type thing. I've always been like that. Even if I needed to lose weight or thought I could put on a little bit of weight, I've gone more by intuition than weighing things out and going strictly, okay, you took in this amount of calories, you did this many minutes on the treadmill, blah, 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 do your little calculations. I don't know. I see a lot of stuff out there, and I'm just always kind of, and this is just for me. When I say when I'm judging things in my head, this is judging information for myself. Like how I think it applies or whatever. It's not judging what anybody else does. But you see the people out there, and I don't subscribe to this one. I see people out there that think all of a sudden there's going to be a magical change. Quite frankly, they're eating too much and they're fooling themselves. I mean, they hear all this stuff about, just eat, and they take it a little bit to the extreme, and I think they probably indulge with it because it's kind of like somebody has given them a license to eat. And they don't really look into it. They just know, nope, this person's an authority, and they've given me a license to eat. And then they even tell people, that you might gain weight on this in the beginning, or that you might do this for a while, or you might gain weight. I just don't see that. I'm sorry. If you're gaining 15 pounds, 20 pounds, or more, you've got to look at it there. I mean, I do realize, anytime you start a new health program, and like I always say, the weight shouldn't be the number one issue, but more the health. But as far as the weight goes, a lot of time, it takes your body a little bit of time. Like, you don't just immediately drop the weight. The body kind of gets used to a new way of doing things. And yes, I can see how it might take a little bit of time to get your metabolism revved up, to learn exactly how little you need to eat, and to kind of, balance that out. But no. If you're consistently gaining weight month after month after month after month, you're more than likely eating too much. Now, it could be a question of your ratios, like you might be getting too much fat in, way too much fat in. I like to keep my fat number generally low, but I do have to say that I don't feel like my fat percentages or the amount of fat I'm taking in really have to do with me losing or gaining weight. I can lose weight like that, regardless of fat. like I say, I have to be more careful with that. I've kind of come to understand this calorie thing a little bit more because I've had to really pay attention to make sure I'm getting enough, and now I've stabilized my weight. I feel good. I feel like, maybe I put on a couple of pounds every one of my 3-month periods. I measure my things in 3 months between the times I go to the States. And I think, every couple of times I'll put on a little solid. So I'm slowly going up. But I had to find that, and I had to experiment with that a lot. And one thing I just like to do is I like to be in tune every day. Now, I've told people before, don't use the scale. Just put the scale away. But if it's not going to get into your head, the scale's okay. I do remember times where I've been through where I got on the scale every day. Now I just use the feel of my pants, how I feel. Because I can kind of tell. And I've done that before, even before this lifestyle when I was trying to lose weight. Maybe one day I feel a little bit bloated, like, okay, maybe did too much today, and even it out a little bit the next day. But I don't ever restrict. One thing, let me be very crystal clear on that. Losing weight, no matter what. Yes, you can eat too many calories, but you do not want to get into these low-calorie restriction type things. Number one, they wreak havoc on your body. They do damage to your body. They slow down your metabolism, and it's not sustainable long term. That's why diets never work. Yeah, you can lose weight on it, but you're not going to eat like that for the rest of your life. So as soon as you go back to eating normal or eating more food, you just put it right back on. But yeah, if you're having problems with the weight, see, that's the thing. Not too many people out there. You're so freaked out about the weight. You're not looking long term. There's like, oh, I got to get the weight off. Got to get the weight off. Anything? Oh God, you can't hear anything else. You can't focus on anything else other than the weight. If you would just slow down, be rational, use a logical approach, you will figure it out. Because then what you do is you analyze the data, and that's where that food journal comes in. That comes in really handy, especially in the beginning when you're not used to, how much you're eating, and you just don't intuitively know about how many calories are in everything. So you write that stuff down, and if you're going up, you look back through exactly what you're eating. If you're gaining weight or you're not losing weight, my first suggestion would just be to lower a little bit. If you're eating... I don't know. I don't like to set calories because we're all different sizes. That setting calories, just generalities, is ridiculous because I'm 6'2". Maybe somebody out there is watching me that's 5'3". It's just, it's totally different. But I would say don't restrict. I would say if you're not getting the weight loss that you are looking for, or if you're actually gaining weight, well, number one, be sure you're getting in all the nutrition you need. Getting all your fruits, getting all your greens, getting some good fats, getting some of the omega-3 fats. But, then lower it a little bit. Try, the bananas are always the best way. In other words, like if you're at a point where you're not getting results right now, maybe for a little while, knock it back about 4 bananas, about 3 or 4 bananas. Knock it back 300 or 400 calories. See what that does. Maybe you knock it 100 or 200 more, but don't go low. Don't restrict. One thing I would say is, and this is just a very ballpark number I'm throwing out there, is like, don't go below 2,000 calories. Even if you're sitting around, not too many people need to go below 2,000 calories. Now, there may be some exceptions out there for people that actually have no activity level, but what I'm getting at is you don't want to get down into these low teens calorie diets or whatever. That's restricting, not good for your body. But if you're not getting the results you're looking for, back off a little bit. If you need to back off a little bit more, and you'll find that zone. Maybe you find it and you don't have enough energy, or maybe you lose weight a little too rapidly and you find it out and you have to up it a little bit. And you can do the same thing if you're trying to gain weight. I know there's not near as many people out there that are interested in the gaining weight part, but I would say try that too. Like if you're having a hard time keeping weight on, try to build it up too. That's also, it's tough, especially in the beginning, to just like pound these bananas. So try to build up. If you're not maintaining your weight, or if you need to gain a little weight, add 3 or 4 bananas on. And go from there. Just kind of try to push that number, just play with that number a little bit. Get in touch with your intuition. But there's really no reason. That's what I'm kind of getting at. There might be some medical reasons, just very obscure medical reasons for a few people. But there's really no reason you should have weight issues on this lifestyle. And if you are having weight issues, don't get discouraged. It just means you have to work a little bit more and develop your intuition a little bit more. But it definitely is the way to go. It's the only way to go for sustainable long-term weight loss and keeping a healthy weight. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope all's going well in your world. Peace.